Did this just happen? I never thought this would happen in our trip. I mean, I've seen plenty of viral videos on how cheetahs get on Jeep, but did it just choose my Jeep? Let's watch. We were cruising through the Serengeti National Park like any other day, looking for the big cats. It was a hot noon, and pretty much we were heading for our lunch. Just then, when I looked out through the window, I saw two small heads on a small mound. We stopped at Gypsy to see what it was, and I was right. There were a cheetah pair sitting on a mound. It was a mother and her sub adult cheetah baby. I think a female as well. So both these cheetahs were just lazing on the mound looking out for food, I suppose. We have never seen cheetah this upfront and close. So far, our sighting was a cheetah with her three cubs, and it was way distant away that I could zoom through my camera lens, and it was only through binoculars and camera lens we were able to see the cheetah. But here is this mother and daughter sitting right in front of a jeep, and forget about zooming, I could very well see her majestic presence sitting on that mound. Given a chance, I'd have stayed there all day looking at these fur beauties. They were so majestic and cute at the same time, sitting out, and we just hoped for the mother to get up and give us a pose.
Will you wake up how frequently do you What is it, Sabbath?
And just in some time, the mother did not disappoint us. She got up and posed for us. The moment they get down from the mound, see how well they are camouflaged. You cannot even see where the subadult is walking. The bushes are actually that high. So, in case if we were driving and if the cheetah was actually walking through the bushes, it would have been very difficult to spot these cats. They can lie extremely low that you cannot figure them out. Just because they were sitting in the mound, we got lucky. We were the only jeep, and we were standing there figuring out where the cheetahs were walking towards. At this point, I cannot even figure out where she was walking because it was so difficult to follow through the bushes. She was walking closer and closer, and my husband was in fact getting his camera prepared, hoping that she's going to cross a jeep and he can get a splendid shot of both the cheetah pairs running across a jeep. But she had other plans. Even my camera, I had to zoom out and zoom out and zoom out She was getting closer and closer towards the side of our jeep, and it was pretty much like as though she was approaching us. At this point, I had completely zoomed out, and there she was right below our jeep. My heart stopped for a moment, and before we could even bat our eyelids, there she is standing right on top of our jeep. She is standing on the wheel at the back of the jeep to get a vantage point to see if any animals are available around for her to hunt or where next she could walk. I don't know, but we both just froze. She was looking all around, and at one moment she did catch our eyes. We know very well that wild animals don't prefer human beings because they're not used to um, eating us or killing us, or you don't see them attacking humans as such unless we go and disturb the wild animals. We know that they will not cause any harm, but still having them this proximity was um, quite a bit of a miracle, wonder, and scary. You see, this is the distance between me and the cheetah. My husband is shooting it in his mobile. He can no longer use his 300 600 mm lens. He's shooting it in his mobile. I'm just holding the camera and standing still. And absolutely, none of us are making any noise, just observing what is going through the mind of these cats. What is their next moves? We just cannot predict it. Her baby was getting fidgety. She was not able to climb on top of the vehicle. She kept mewing for her mom to get down the vehicle. She came around the vehicle a couple of times, and she chose to settle herself on a small mound until the mom decided to come down. The mom, on the other hand, seemed to be getting comfortable, sitting on the top of the wheel, and she was totally unbothered by all the mewing and the cries of her little one calling for her. She was just straight up looking in all the directions, wondering what is around, what is in the jeep, who is watching her, who is she watching, and all that. The little one did try to climb a little, but she couldn't. Every time the cheetah turned towards the jeep, my heart skipped a beat, and I would just go completely frozen or lower the camera to see what is happening. And that's what I did whenever you see the camera move. And then there were slight scratchy noises. That's when I noticed the little one was also trying to climb, but it just couldn't reach. You can see the leg of the mom over here. I'm gonna say this is the best sighting of my life, and having to see such a wildlife encounter where the animal is right on a touching distance, just a hand feet of distance. It's truly a miracle. And as you see, there were no jeeps around us. This was probably the most unique thing about Serengeti. Serengeti is so huge that you can keep driving around, just avoiding all other vehicles, and you can have your own private moment. And we were so lucky to be just the ones standing on the road, and these two decided to give a show. Probably that's why they gave a show. I mean, if there were like 10, 15 other vehicles crowding them, they wouldn't be doing this getting on top of a gypsy. Look at her up close, those fiery red eyes, ready to burn down everything, those flapping ears, that furball of a face. Once she was done looking around, she hopped down. Oh my god! Oh my god! My heart is still racing. Oh my goodness. That was me squealing in the actual video of shooting the cheetahs. They then decided to get further into the Serengeti plains, and we couldn't see that pair after that. Out. Come and sit in our car, but it did. The vehicle, it did. It chose our vehicle as a vantage point. It was just our vehicle. And I thought the cheetah is going to cross a vehicle or something when it was walking towards a vehicle, but then, oh my god, it's unbelievable the thing the cheetah sat. Used a vehicle as a vantage point, and we could see it from such close proximity. We then had our packed lunches, and more importantly, I was saving up this fine to toast for the best sighting, and there we are toasting for the best sighting we've had in our life.